Thank you. Surprising to me that this is the first mining conference in Germany. I've been coming to Germany for many years selling Australian commodities to local companies, but so I think it's appropriate there is a mining conference here. I will today give you an update on the Goulamina project in Mali, West Africa, which is owned by Lithium in conjunction with its JV partner Ganfeng. First, our disclaimer slide around forward-looking statements. So the Goulamina project is one of the 10 largest spodumene projects globally. It is a very large resource, 108 million tonnes of lithium, and we haven't yet found the edges of it. We have fantastic financial returns with an NPV of 2.9 billion US, and important to note that was calculated at prices of a quarter to a fifth of where they are now. And that NPV is more than 10 times our capital cost to build the project. So really shows you the financial returns that are apparent in the lithium industry right at the moment. And I'll talk more about our partner Ganfeng, and we're fully funded to first production. Lithium's a relatively new company. We're only formed in June this year. We're listed on the Australian Stock Exchange. We're in the ASX 300, a very wide open share register. Firefinch, our former parent company, owns 17.6% of the company of Lithium, and that shareholding is escrowed until the middle of 2024. And our JV partner Ganfeng, they only hold interest at the asset level. They don't hold anything at the corporate level. Now, this is a great slide. It really shows you the Goulamina project in context. You can see Goulamina is called out there. It's almost in the middle of the slide, but it's in the top right quadrant of high-grade, large-scale resources, and we can grow our bubble. We're drilling at the moment, so that bubble size will grow. The bubble size indicates resource size. What's important to note, even in the lithium industry with high prices and a major shortage, there's only 6 spodumene mines currently under construction. There's lots of projects, there's lots of people drilling and exploring, but relatively few have made it through to the development stage, which Goulamina has. I said we're drilling. We put out some drilling results recently, and this slide really shows you the extent of the project that we've got. Many pegmatites globally will have 10 metre thick or 5 metre thick pegmatite seams. This cross-section shows you we have a 118 metre hit at one of our drill holes at an excellent grade of 1.5%. And this, the resource that we have, you can see the middle photograph there, the northeast domain and the denier domain. Both of them are open at depth. We haven't found the bottom of the deposit as yet, and they're also open along strike, particularly the northeastern domain. Drilling will continue this year and next. We'll restate the denier resource towards the end of this year, and the northeastern domain will be restated in the middle of next year. But we really expect to continue to see this Goulamina ore body, already globally significant, but to grow even further. Said the project is one of the few that's in construction, and this is an update on where we are with the development of the project. So engineering is well advanced. We're 40% complete. Site works has started. You can see the accommodation camp is being constructed. It's actually, this photograph's a little bit old. It's already in use at the moment. We have our earthworks contractor is on site. They have around 40 staff that are starting with the clearing of the site, preparing of foundations, etc. This year, a lot of procurement has kicked off. So we have a lot of our packages have gone out to tender. A number have been let. The photograph in the bottom right corner is the ball mill pinion gear being machined. This is being machined in China, and this is where Ganfeng, our JV partner, have really helped us out with procurement through their procurement network. Recruiting on site is tracking well. We have just under 100 employees in Mali at the moment. This time next year will be around about 1,000. earthworks contractor. You can see they've brought their equipment onto site. And on the far right is a photograph of myself with the Malian Minister of Mines. We hosted him to Australia most recently so that the Malian Mines Department and the Minister himself can start to understand the lithium industry, because they currently don't have any producing lithium mines in the country. Our JV partner, Ganfeng. Chinese, yes, if you listen to the previous speakers, a lot of the questions were on, how does China get this foothold? Well, 2 years ago when this project was out there looking for funding, the only parties sitting at the table were Chinese. So there was no Europeans sitting there, bidding for this, a stake in the project. So Ganfeng were the fastest. They paid a reasonable price at the time. They've provided $130 million in equity and $40 million in debt, and very low specifications and requirements on the principal on us in this debt facility. So they're very flexible. They understand the importance of the mineral and the shortage that's coming up, and they acted very quickly. Lithium is the developer. Part of the reason I'm here is that the first part of the offtake will go to China. So the first 500,000 tonnes of spodumene concentrate will be taken by Ganfeng. We are going to build this project in stages, and the second stage, we haven't yet determined where that will head. I would certainly like it to come to Europe. We're 5 days sailing from Europe as opposed to 5 weeks sailing to China. So it makes a lot of sense for this lithium to come into Europe, and I'm already in discussions with a number of European chemicals producers who are very interested in our offtake. The process flow sheet, I won't spend much time talking about this. We're building it in West Africa, so it's really important that we make it as simple as possible. All the technology is off the shelf, all the equipment is off the shelf. There's no new technology that we will be creating. I said we're building it in stages, but even in stage 1, we are building some capacity into stage 1 that will only be utilised in stage 2. We're very confident the project will move to the 2 stages, so we're investing it in that at this point in time. This slide's very busy, but it's our project schedule. The way I'd think of it is 2022, it's all around procurement and engineering design. 2023, it's around construction of the mine and the process plant, and then we ramp up production in 2024 to full production by the end of the year. But first product out sometime around May 2024. And the bottom line, we have stage 2 in outline, so it shows that next year we commence our DFS study into stage 2, and we'll be probably 12 months behind where stage 1 is, so we'll be executing it in 2024 when stage 1 is ramping up and in production. Stage 2 will have an extra 300,000 tonnes of spodumene concentrate, so quite material in itself. That can power a full 2 process trains at a lithium hydroxide plant. We're well funded. As I said, Ganfeng provided 2/3 of the original funding. The remaining 1/3 will be split half between Leo and half between Ganfeng. We each have to provide a further 1/6 of the funding, and we have a number of ways that we can fund that. We have enough cash in our corporate account, this is the Leo account right at the moment, to fund our share, but we're also looking at alternative means of funding any potential shortfall. And that one of the items that we're going to look at in great detail is shipping of ore. The lithium industry is so short of lithium chemicals that we can get a really good price just by putting spodumene ore on a ship, and that's what we'll do. That's what we're investigating. We'll look at putting 2 shipments on a ship towards the end of next year. So this is 6 to 9 months in advance of production of concentrate, and this will enable us to bring some cash forward and also commission parts of the plant in advance. We've got early mining underway, mine studies underway for this DSO opportunity, We'll still make pretty good money. I think some people are selling ore at the moment at around about $1,000 a tonne. We think our costs loaded on a ship are around $250 a tonne. So even selling a very low grade product can be quite profitable. Transport and logistics, just quickly, I've run out of time. We're looking at putting our product through 3 ports. We've recently signed an agreement with the Port of Abidjan in Ivory Coast, but we'll also look at putting product through Dakar in Senegal and also a second port in Ivory Coast, and that is for risk mitigation purposes. Our first contract, we've got this warehouse you can see in the red outline. It's right on the wharf, right next to the berth, so ideal for us to keep our shipping costs down. Mali has a very long and experienced history with mining of gold. We're getting a lot of good support from the Malian government because they're really keen to see their mining industry diversify into lithium, and also for us to bring industry, jobs and support the community in an area that's quite undeveloped at the moment. So just to finish, the focus for us for 2023, the key takeaways I would say is that this is a world-scale project that is in construction and currently on schedule and on budget. We have a world-class partner in Ganfeng, and we've got some growth opportunities in front of us looking at growing into stage 2, DSO to bring revenue forward early, and then downstream conversion, hopefully in Europe for our stage 2. Thanks very much.